There is no such thing as a perfect relationship. Relationship has its high moments and its low moments, which is normal. Everyone understands that. But the best is when you find yourself in one that has a mutual understanding. It gives you this sense of joy and fulfillment. Knowing that you're loved and you're being appreciated. Living your life with someone you can trust, love, share your vulnerability without the fear of being criticized is one of the greatest moments you can ever experience. But there are some things you shouldn't do when you find yourself in such a relationship. There are some things as a woman you shouldn't do when you find yourself in such a relationship, such as neglecting yourself, your values, your preference, things that you aspire to be, forgetting the fact that you actually have dreams. There is someone or somewhere you have plans to be in the future. These are the things you shouldn't ever do in a relationship. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you 10 things you shouldn't do when you find yourself in a certain relationship. Let me use that word, certain relationship, because that is something that we all desire. And when we actually get what we desire, or when we actually find the kind of relationship we desire, we tend to lose ourselves completely into it. These are some things you shouldn't try. You shouldn't try doing. Stay focused to your course, stay focused to your dreams and your desire. It only makes you stand out. Only makes you unique in the relationship. It only makes the man want more of you because she knows what she wants and she goes for it. So this is Women and Relationship by Nkem. I'm Nkem. And if it's your first time subscribing, please click on the subscribe button and click on your notification bell so they can always be notified anytime I have something interesting coming up. We always do. Always do. And if you're a returning subscriber, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for your like, your comments. I really appreciate. Without being said, let's go straight into the video. Today's video is 10 mistakes a woman shouldn't make in a relationship. And number one is never step down your standard. Never you do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Your standard is what defines you. Your standard is have chosen to live your life. Your standard could be your value and your preference. Now your value, that value could be your religion, how you choose or how you communicate with God. It shouldn't be something that should be bargained about. It's not. That is your standard. This is my way of living. This is how I choose to live my life. And I'm going to live it through. Okay? Anyone that is coming in with you should understand that about you. Now you have set a standard about that. Now your preference. Your preference could be a tall guy, an average guy, a beard guy, a beardless guy, financial status. Anything at all could be something you prefer. Okay, how you want to be or how you want things to be done around you. When you know your standard, there's no room for negotiation. Do not pay attention to people that will tell you, oh, your standard is too high. Girl, that is what defines you. That is what you want. Live up to it. Their opinion doesn't matter. It doesn't. Because at the end of the day, it is still about you. You are the one who will bear whatever you find in the relationship. So if you do not set your standard earlier, how are you going to live the relationship through? That means you'll be twisting. You wouldn't have a stand. So your standard is like your stand. Yeah, that's what it is. So please, never you step down on your standard, okay? Never. This 2024, never stepping down on standard, never compromising. Okay? Now let's move forward. Number two is do not condone red flags. I don't know how to say this for me to make sense. I don't know how to say it for it to sit in every woman's ear and ring a bell at all times. Do not condone red flags. Never be silent about them. Never ignore them. Always speak up. Always speak up. Okay? Okay, let's talk about red flags. What are those red flags? A red flag could be a controlling man. A man who tells you what to do instructively, not suggestively. That is, he dishes out command. He he can never be polite with his approach. That is a controlling man. He wants to tell you to do something. He has to say it in a manner that it has command in it. That is a controlling man. How do you want to live with such a person for the rest of your life? If you do not start early to speak up and ham on those things that I don't like them. I don't like the way you speak to me. I don't like the way you approach me. You should approach me in a more pleasant manner. State the obvious. Let them know how you feel about their actions towards you. You have to let them know. Never be silent about them so that they can start early to control it and know that this person actually doesn't like being treated this way. They will start early and they'll control it. But when you keep quiet, it only grows worse. It can only grow worse. Okay, another sign is a man who doesn't know how to control his temper. They call it a hot-tempered person. Really, a man who can yell at you at any given mistake, at any slightest mistake. How do you want to live with such a person? Only the name is he's hot-tempered. You have to know how to handle him. He's hot-tempered. No, he has to know how to handle his temper. Yes, he needs to learn how to control his temper. He can't go around losing it on a woman or some or even somebody else. Only there he has hot temper. He should learn how to control his tempers. When you're in a relationship with such a man and you're having it in your mind that I need to know how to handle him in order for him not to lose his temper, you're only losing yourself. Because you can't even do anything right to please such a person because they'll always find fault in every little mistake. So you can't outgrow mistakes. Mistake is in it's human, it just happens. So which means at any time you make such mistakes, you're open for yelling. You're only for maybe even domestic violence, beating. Please don't condone it. No, don't. Speak up. Make it loud and clear. Make it sound loud and clear. Make it obvious. I don't like it. So if you want to be with me, you have to drop that attitude. Okay? Don't do that. Number 3, do not go into a relationship with someone that is emotionally unstable. Do not date someone who is emotionally unstable because they really don't have time for you. They haven't had enough time to deal with their emotions, talk more of meeting your emotional need. They can do that. Such a person could be going through heartbreak or loss of someone. No, they're really going through a hard time. And you being there, what exactly are you being there for? As a consoler? No. You shouldn't date someone in such state at a time. Because, okay, let's assume they just got broken up or they just came out of a relationship. You know, their emotion is still kind of twist. You tend to be hearing the name of their ex more often and sometimes might even have an incident of them showing up. Yeah. How are you going to handle such a thing? It's kind of something it's really annoying. It's really, really annoying. So the best thing for you to do is to stay away from such a person for your physical and your mental well-being. If you truly love them and want to have something to do with them, give them time to heal, for them to recover and understand themselves away from such situation. Then they will know they'll be stable enough to handle your emotional needs. Okay? Just stay away from them and give them time. Give them real time. Number 4, do not try to change them. One thing that is constant with human being is change. Okay? We evolve, we grow. It's human nature. Today you might be a football lover, and tomorrow you might not even want to know what is going on in the league. That is human nature for you. Such change is natural. Such change is normal for every human being. Okay? But you trying to change the person you are with to be something totally different from their personality, all in the name of trying to maintain a relationship, or you even trying to change your personality in order to suit your partner's need. That is wrong. You can't sustain such a relationship. How long are you going to transform? How long are you going to change? How do you intend doing that? I came across a video of someone saying that she was dating a smoker and she tried to change the person, and she had to smoke to actually understand what he feels about that. And she thanks her God that she didn't run mad on that day, because she did that on an empty stomach. Okay, now, how do you how do you want to live such a life? How do you want to destroy yourself for a relationship? How do you want to change your personality in order to maintain a relationship? This life is a one-man race. You came alone and you are still going to go alone. So please live up to your standard. That is why the first thing I said was never step down your standard for any reason. No matter how charming it may be, please don't do that. Never try to change your personality to suit another person because you want to maintain a relationship. Don't do that. Don't do that. Number 5, never neglect your needs. Don't be a woman who doesn't speak up. Don't be a woman who feels that her needs are not important. Do not be a woman who thinks about the man first before herself. I'm not saying you should be self-centered, but your needs are as important as that of the man. You must speak up about what you want in a relationship, what you want from the man you're dating, what you want from the man you're married to. You not speaking up of what you desire or need isn't doing you any favor as a woman. Sorry. It's not doing you any favor. You're not gaining anything from doing that. So speak up. Say what you want. Say what you desire. Okay? It can only gain you peace. It can only make the relationship even more interesting because you both understand each other's needs, each other's wants, and each other's desire. So don't be a woman who puts herself second or who feels that what she desires are not important. Sweetheart, you are as important as anything. Your needs are as important as anything. So please speak up. Do speak up, okay? Number 6, do not pretend to be somebody else. In other words, be authentic, be original. Authenticity is about you being yourself, you being original. One of the greatest problem the relationship is facing is lack of authenticity. That is false personality. How can you even pretend to be someone you are not in a relationship? How can you do that? How do you intend to cope? A successful relationship is built on real people who know each other and understand each other's personality, who are open about their likes, their desires. If you're the type that party, you like adventure, you like doing all sort of things, be open about it. Let your partner see you for who you are and not for what you're pretending to be. You're pretending to be a good girl. You're pretending to be a bad girl. For how long? How long do you intend to live in such a pretense? One day your pretense will fail you. It will definitely do. Okay? So please do not pretend to be somebody you are not for any reason. Someone who genuinely loves you for your personality will come around. You surely do. Just for you being real, people will love you. Definitely. Number 7, do not isolate yourself from your friends and your family. You had a life before this guy. You had families you talked to. You have friends you stick together with. Do not isolate them because you have a new relationship. Yeah, I know real new relationship could be fun, you try to spend much time together, get to know each other better, all the excitement that comes with being in a new relationship. It's quite fun. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to deny the fact that it is quite fun. But a healthy relationship is built on balance. Okay? You know when to stay together and you appreciate your time apart. That is very crucial to maintaining a healthy relationship. Okay? So don't you ever try to isolate them. Because what if the relationship didn't work out at the end of the day? Who are you going to go back to? The friends you left behind? Okay, let's not even say family because they'll always understand. But what of those friends that have been with you through thick and thin? And because you found new love, you found all the joy and everything, you're not left them behind. When it doesn't work out, would you go back to them or you just move on and create new friends? Okay? Learn the act of balancing your relationship. Learn it. If it's the type that's telling you that "Oh, you don't need friends, you don't need you don't need friends, I'm okay for you." No. Mm-mm. Run. He is a controlling man. He is a controlling man. I fell a victim of such a relationship while I was quite younger, and thank God I didn't it didn't really come between me and my friends that much, but it almost did. But I realized myself and I gave it a run. I really did give it a run because such a relationship, okay, in the beginning, at the initial stage, it was fun that you don't even want to remember anything if not be with him. That is losing yourself. I lost myself almost, but thank God I realized myself earlier before I completely lose it. Okay, now let's move on to number 8. Number 8 is, would you be expecting this? Well, I've got to say it anyway. Do not neglect your man. You weren't expecting this, right? Yeah, I know. But yes, yes, you don't have to neglect him. In as much as you're trying to set your standard, you're trying to say what you want, still don't neglect him. He has got feelings, he has got emotions, okay? Do not neglect it, especially if he treats you like a queen that you are. If he treats you special, if he has that connection with you, please, please do not neglect such a person. Draw them closer. Appreciate every little thing that they do. Okay? Tell them how much you love them. Tell them that they are special to you. Those things that you want him to do for you, you need to reciprocate it. You need to do it as well. So when you find a good man, do well to keep him. Now moving forward is number 9. Do not take on a motherly role. You're not his mother. You clean, you wash, you go to the market, you will start taking care of yourself as a lady. You start being more of a mom than a girlfriend that you are. He's not going to he's not going to see that elegance that attraction in you anymore. You know, as a woman you need to meet up with your elegant game, your class game, your standard game. You need to always live up to it. All right? You need to always step it up. Step it up at all time. Okay, so that that thing that attracted him to you will always be there, will always stay put. All right? Do not turn yourself into a caregiver, taking care of a grown-up man that can actually take care of himself. Don't do that. Don't do that. So moving on to number 10, the very last on my list, is do not be in a relationship because of fear or obligation. Fear of being alone, fear of societal norm. You have to be with someone. No. Or even an obligation. Maybe because of something that you both have been through together or you have been through with him, you now feel that you must stick to the relationship even when it's not working or even when it's toxic. You shouldn't do that. This factor is crucial for your mental well-being, for your mental health. You need to get out of that toxic relationship. You need to stay focused in your life. You need to stay focused in your course for you to be able to develop yourself in a more positive way, for you to be able to bring out the best version in you. You need to step out of such a relationship. You can be single and be happy. All you need to do is to live up to your dreams. You don't need a man to validate you. You don't need a man to define you. All you need is your standard and what you have been able to do with your life, what you have achieved in your life. That is what defines you as a woman, not the man. Stay clear of every toxic relationship in your life. Move on. That is all that you need. Okay? So with that being said, that brings us to the end of the video. So bye. See you in my next video. Mwah.